Asante sana. Bwairire bwakire andonsi ase mwabeta. Nimeta abantu abange barega iganga nature, but I think we have to look at the bigger picture nga. Injetindi ase biasara biecha na controversies. Number one, if you know me, nyore kwa manyire the way I move around, I don't do that. History because na konyora na ire papa antivirus disclaimer nga ande na ale na inde bono ntakwane mona ali so far konyora kwani runaro. It's just maybe more of clarity on what I already said. I think egere ase bali of course na roli there's some few questions bali bali konya koboli ngana ki aseki number 1 ukaganya mpaka bono iga mwatemire go kugayanwa ose kugayana so that you know tebanga I'm doing it out of malice. Number 1, Nchena Victor, we've been together for more than 10 years. Engenyuomo, by the way, engenyuomo. So when such things happen, they hurt deep inside. A show ya Gusii ya 31st December. Eya nyoreta I was away a few weeks into the show. Ekanyoranga nalina nyorera sabali tigansoke. So kerona sok before soke tokaminyoka Gusii tokakora marketing tokaligegeti tokalinua setu alinetu tokachako ego KISII school. We did videos para kiango. These are things for any ardent fan, they can concur with everything I'm saying. Tokakora the marketing videos, the rest we already had a team ego chikokora all those the remaining of the work. Ndobwate team toko work na barabuo Koru Nairobi, because sometimes you feel like it's such a high voltage show, you don't want to take risks. Nabantotara work na barabu, so let more of the team every Nairobi onarete Nairobi because we had a successful show at Carnival already. So already obwate marking scheme na ndeto liko chikorosie now. But because Gusii go ikanaro, you also know abantu bali ba background, you have to tap into a few others. So we had a few people ntobwato Moiseko Korukudion Wawik I think and the sister. We have a few friends bali bagocha. By then watu jituma hata bila do. Ani watu wanakuanga wamekufia brand zile za tufanye kwanza vitu zingine we utaona. You know there are those people who love you from the heart na tigan tutora akora anything keligeko chikoba we utaona. But of course a policy ya MKISII has always been hakuna kazi ya bure boiko akani. Mbuyoe gweke kera kini ekena kitwa igwana na kobuanto salie lieta and whatever, you know all those stories. So we did the show nona aringe gaiga. One of the major worries was Osoro ukienda bro mitaka nti Osoro ukienda go post mapema nga gwachiri nkoletere backlash in terms of attendance. It was a border for the two of us telling us erebuika because it's the first time bono tokore show yo mata iyo. But what do we do? Ekitoko koraneki tora post nchetiga minyoke ground kinko minyoke ground nkorege ntokiekyo ndagenda abantu ayebono ndebwensi okobori ko batebyo meto bisinero ororo oli ako hando lie bintu byo bishinje bono ninche ndigaiga, and that is exactly what we did. Victor kaminyoka bone gaika sabantu ababuchiri amaswari onla Osoro ntomuroji bantu abambali yamo engo te Victor no aiga aka crisis inkare goikatoka kubisa ayi mapema ngatebigwa karati gake so karati ge ikaba batanaendelea anapiga videos maro chicha mara nabwate chinde chi sawali cha ego chigusie chinde personal mara chinyangi chio ko MC and whatever, but in the process still as well go koragento kieke ko market issue. But this is how the show works. We have a team. Mosanio ndebwensiora ako batebinga ntobwato muntu kugwa keresimi okotebya ye antivirus, we need you for the show. Tali Osoro kugwa kera. Sometimes we do it but professionally because we want to approach the professional way and whatever. Ntoko ganeti event ye after twice aransire as a team we decide we time we last time ngano yo noyo twabwate oyo napoto ko moirania oyo yaya oyo tikato mobeke next time. So in as much as sometimes mogo cha mwato akama genana kimotare toyo inyora usi mwisho wa shows. The shows are going to be there. Omusani tigage ndreko kolega siayo gotera ko hype chi events cha go sechi songs cha new releases, new albums na babechi event kazi yao ni bono igane ekebengi karatiga bono igane. And sometimes it may sound unfair because omuntu oli bwanchete in case kwa marorenga tai as a lineup. So I'm just clarifying on a lot of things mogo cha muabolia. Number 1, enga buno mopira a team yabantu 22 in a whole tournament, you know, kwa tebi gunga kila mtu atapata number. So hii game pekee imanishi ndio mwisho wa whatever. But I understand sometimes people want to know ase kinyarebe ereba no are all the time and everything, but that's a story for another day. So we have a whole team. To wake sabu utobwate team yabantu I don't know kama ilikuwa around 10 or something. Bago cha kuru Nairobi bache go camp kusi, and because of logistics, statistics, money issues and whatever, tigababe ere kusi a wiki engima diriega asiye buchete a wiki engima abana ba minto na renga around. But what happened, and I am addressing chuchuchuchi abaire chigote bangana ki Osoro never participated. Let me address that first. Let me address how I participated. Number 1, I search video na tebi tora posting koretere backlash. So Osoro is not posting because bakororangumbuare we are not so sure how the reaction will be. Number 2, tuabangirege kosi tuachorile lineup chisi michiakirwe. Osoro is there. Tuakodre chi video chirichi KISII skulanda. Remember ilikuwa ni mawingu fulani mburete eteko tuata video neto kolete mburego totuera. We did whatever we could do. Victor is saying I left abrupt. He was never involved. This is a lie. Victor was in the airport. Victor is the only friend who was at the airport to see me off. So kongaina abantu ga ige chuchuchuchunga na ki ngaya ayo metachiete blah 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 blah. That's a lie. I'm only here to demystify lies. I'll not speak much. Aya. Ege kosi tuachorire. We have the videography, photography team, watu wa mkono, logistics, stage manager, floor manager and whatnot. Ngayaba ntababako enda kurara. Tokoli hotel, it's expensive. Even if you look for a partnership, sometimes wako taitikato ende 50-50. Akane robo lere toko endagira. Kuse akane rendagira toko obo lere. It's expensive. What do we do? I suggest tigaba ende muane. I have a place. Tigaba ende no koruta chi mattress ya semo koruta go chikero monto natige bitanda bya esobo arare sakurara tokolega asikero monto mogokora kero monta irane Nairobi. As it is, that is what happened. Igonga iba enda korara muane ngoba rusi koru Nairobi go chega aline yango yatumeka eyane. My brother is part of it. Aliye seba enda kobera seito watu wametoka, watu wako away Nairobi, watu ndio wamebaki. I guess I enda kora ngoko barugera. My own sister had to be told in chonto kolige ntogeke, but be part of the team. Let people feel they are home. So Osoro yokoba blame the tare ngororo. I'm trying to let you know my hand in. Unaba musama keka kochakere show ya MKISII ni MKISII because ende njarenge ya MKISII ni MKISII. So we do the event in short. During enga kielia show again rete gali KISII ngumbunde ase bali bakagerete tini ngumbu abana ba minto ngumbunde bono igamo gaso eke bengi one con family na ngumbunde and chisi michiabo to cook debrief how the day was. So I have to be awake longer mogaso yankere botuko. I have to be on the calls almost all the time just to make sure things are running. And most of the time, I'm not lying, Victor was not even available on the ground. Victor was elsewhere. I will not say where and with who, but Victor was busy elsewhere. They are like so most of the time in Kiarakora, or most of the time Bono Ninchengo control. And I'm not complaining because I understand wherever you are, it is in the interest of the company. Oretirechi deal che supermarket, oretirechi deal che EBL kwanza ninche wakere tenka batebi wate nambe kwana noyone role ground blah blah. And It's not a show off of who knows what, who knows where, who has might. Point, agenda, my hand in the event. Anyway, tukakora kuruororo event yekaera, tukakora event kero yaera. Abantu bakaba stranded, the same team ekaba stranded because egari anena kagari aga keita 5-seater. We have a stage manager Kuruku Jax Nyorera. Anybody who's gone to the show, MC Jax, they know him. Jama fulani wa kujituma sana. Egari aye ni sanot nero tu arego tumiera. Egara abantu bonsi baisa ne chigari echi baba irese itoke bigo muinu. No ba rekorara mambi na inde babo kikubairana. Lituke lirie show Jax kagoche show egari aye ya saligete. Okay? Egari aye kero ya salika amaene nabatebe tinyarebenga egari yane asalikira agatebigu ebibona esort eyune egari yawo. I don't know kama nasikika ebisort okay, ebisort hiyo ni gari yako and I had to intervene. Huyu ni mfanyikazi wetu, kama ako kwa ground na gari imemharibikia, heri hata umuulize hii gari tunaweza cost share korosi kikiasalika because bado mtonyega netie. Hiyo ilikuanga no. I'm mentioning names so that you can go ask, because at this point everybody needs to be vindicated. You will forgive me for mentioning names because at this point I stand kororekananga already as it is. Omumuronda icholetie show wachire nenda amuamu. Not the case. Victor esho kero yaera gosensa 12 onde nare nero to iberete tokakora research inchende simi 24/7 bono koruga iga tokakora research among ourselves tokamanyango to ibera agatoka ngabate binyoro tokire bono ngambo tuko ina kimogo kora mutigarare abo kemambi agende bono iyo aibu ikwe kwake. Victor agateba no sai tigacho gipara. Victor tigo mumuronde ya tigacho gipara sawa nayo le ground you can handle that. Mumuro yu akara serigwa eremo ngalao tinda kwane elietaliae ni musani mkubwa kero ekwerende yakorwa. Actually Victor achete baadaye sachi again retam controlling. Victor alimeretie the crew koru Nairobi yesimi akaende hoteli ya ekorara. Victor was sleeping in KISII, billing the company. Every single day he slept in the hotel, he billed the company. The company paid. And for example, I don't have the clear figure, but nothing, not so far from that. A company had to pay. Obo chips bolibuwa town, which is still okay because naroto kurageri kiro monte ngoko Monday to Friday logistics. Anyway, togakora event ya Victor akalimie simi. Victor tokamurigia agaika saa chiete usene nkoro ya murwaneti ngaya na tigira abantu bane roro ime tuamoite ire chisimi o akire simi otebire ngaligie taxi. Taxi ya ligigwe. Taxi kero ya ligigwa ligo lili achire igoro montako rusi ko rubosongo ne taxi mpaka kebirigo ime. Seito it is damn expensive. Victor agotebi kungana ki bro tiga toko iro hoteli yao toe gari yao toko bere crew mambinga Nairobi bakoenda toko nyore bosonge irane. That was a problem. Again, those people are mentioned or those people are not mentioned, they know that is the story. I'm not saying this como sareli erieta. I'm saying this to tell you guys my input engakie yuye show. Tugakora when we finished the show, eyu Victor na asira zake ikabanga control tuakolire abantu bakaenda bakarara. Abantu basoete nyumba saa 1 asubuhi or saa 2. They had to stay at KISII school koruwe show kero ya erete stranded all that time. If I am lying, he will come and say anko ngai ne what are you standing to benefit? Abantu kero bako bera achana na hiyo. Another thing was so finally egari ekaligigwa taxi whatever bono bwakire bakairwa bakarara. Long story bakaenda Nairobi. Now here is where the juice is. Chisabu anko chisabu because ebyasara ne chisabu. Let it make sense. Talk about toko chakagwaka chisabu, but there was one major hiccup. I had told Victor, and one thing in caps hasiki, this I'll say in big words, capital letters, Victor Hasiki. I'll repeat, Victor Hasiki. I told Victor, let's go the online way of ticketing. Victor insists, let people pay na M-Pesa till number. I asked them in our meeting here team, Kinde Gaiga, how many minutes does it take? Omuntu korusie simi, scroll ya koro kie message yae, ka omo confirm na ya sesimi ya scroll, oche kie getabu ase kwali igete. How many minutes are those? Ko wate line ya banto 5,000. How many hours are we wasting? Victor, again I repeat, Hasiki. Victor, yabeire show off. I'm always the one who go step down. I stepped down. Ekabanga na key. So what do? I korabu no taite. Ngana yore ground. We are two equal directors. Control. Nyore koroche ni hivyo. Control. Ikakuwa hivyo. For those people who are in KISII, they know OCS alikuja. They were about to go deploy tear gas because tuwabeire nuisance. KISII school haipitiki, chibasi chiko enda Nairobi hazipiti. Balimora ige live, you can confirm for those who are in KISII. Chibasi chiko enda Nairobi haziendi, zenye zinaingia KISII haziingi. Reason, the confusion pale kwa gate. What did I do? Again, I had to control. So ikero monto oyo bwate cash ire liora ire, because one at this point the show has stopped. Abasani wamekuwa caught up in the traffic. Hata musani hayuko, don okwaniro anire osinyirwe wanono kirekerege ento tabu atikenda gukwana kwa stage. Wasani hawajenge, na wasani pia wako na tabia mbaya ya kuchelewa. That's a story for another day. What do? Control. Tigabasoe. Anko yane ya oyuna ki oyu. Anko, it's late, ni saa 5 saa 6. The show has to begin. We are wasting time. Finally abantu bako soa. Abana ba minto hakuna show tuliunda hasara kama hiyo show. We made losses, but we had good numbers because omonto mokora neregasi hataki kusikia. Ebinto bire so straightforward. I introduced the policy ya online ticketing to Gatwara. I think it was mad fun for the previous show ya Carnival. It worked. A brother yane who is an IT expert okorosia ticketing platforms ogo offer tigambara oseri, and I'll not lipisha you guys the way abantu bande bako lipisha, because it's coming from my brother. It faced resistance. Finally we ended up doing a blunder. Yoko and the manual M-Pesa way, which fans have complained over and over again. The reason as to why Nabeke Klaus Yinga, because it's my brother, it was rejected. I'll address it some other day. Achana nayo. Because igamo na mumuro minto na are nero gokolega babu atera ne bakore. I was like, that is not how mangana yechi up chigo korwa, because these people are always in teams, chia back end, front end. I don't know much, but it sounded ridiculous. Gatevanga sawa tigo you ondakore. Never. He ended up not doing the job. Forget about that. Chisabu aliase chisabu totara akora chisabu mukutano mutangani omwano minto. You did a good job, Victor. I was not around. You did a good job. You did a great job. You held fort for me when I was not there. A show was a success. Nabera aventoro osetikende. Uncle, what do you mean tera osetikende? Yeah, nabera aventoro osetikende. But so far in terms of optics and numbers, we did well and we tried. Gusine Nkong, you can't compare it na Nairobi. That was it. Tukakora baada ya pongezi ono lende tigatoa sawa sesa daka tumanya na ki abashiriki ba na kiege kabu ngeichorete na kikere avuga sege kabu totaracha kakuyebagera totorole nini omumurana ro kurukudon nyachiyo amefanya job poa sana. Atare komentu kende ire ngoro cha komentu moembao omumurondo kwanete koru 6 mpaka 3-4 am ere unfair komoebesa ere less no musanyoterete for 10-15 minutes asa mabera eso moebesa ya ine nyinge ikomi bono ikomi njake ikomi sawa ikomi tomera ni degatigati motomere nero bwate kerege ente ground motomere baadaye ngwatomera Don enamutomera ngairenda malisiti I work with them malisiti ngai statement chiri bwisato akai ngainende kwarwera kwa mutomera isato ngayayomete narora chibese chine chinyinge. Bro, as directors we agreed to me 10,000. Why are you sending him less and I am not aware? I had to do damage control gokwana na Don kando. Bro, tulia, nitakusawazishia. Don is my witness. Na amalieta nalengwa atora for specific reasons. Don ngano alengesho ya igoro. I don't have any, sina ubaya yote, but he's my witness. So, kerotu wako ole kwerende, and for those who are following, the agenda ego changana key, the statement I made and what has to do with ownership and whatnot, there was a fallout after the MKISII Fest crossover event. There was a fallout, and this is where I'm getting to. Don, as a director, I feel some type of way. Na akoli ruiga, again totoi wana nabuna chi director, oyondo obeiro mo director monene. Okoli regentoki na indo buto ire chi besa chiria. That is wrong for me. If I'm not wrong, if somebody feels some type of way in terms of partnerships, and you have to agree on something, that is not how, maybe nere na kwani. Sawa. Ejun kanye throw under the bus. Around the same period, because engaki ara etire, but around the same kikao gitoko kwane rabono chibesa. What comes up again? E posta anko na kikwabe ke posta MKISII Fest August ntara go confirm eri aki kware gotiga no nene wiki go somo tie go confirm eri go seni mbere di ko irana because go ikato chake ko banga anke yuna aranye bekire. Sawa, damage control inche botambe kingo kora. I be the lesser person, I be the mature person, naenda na meza mate chungu, naenda naekele hiyo post hata mimi egere go ikatorore kanenga tuko kimoja. E post ye yu aseba liba aroche ntangani ya August ye eya bege tu mapema sana early in the year, almost immediately after the show. So now e show e post yu kero ya bekwa nikasema sawa, Don imepita, ya posta imepita, ni sawa, wacha maisha iendelee. Toso asege kabu mchuzi iko wapi? Aiga se sabu no ebintu bisali kirete. Number 1, onabatebi we have a team tokoleta. Tokwato montokorokwe production manager. Oliaro monene nonyenkombua somehow. Because kere show eko genderera, I become the artist. At this point, inchena antivirus gosonde bwensi ole backstage iga sisi ni kitu kimoja. A production manager nere go kuana go stage manager nere oyo bono nere go so oyo chaka niga unless maybe there's something I need kogorora, but we have structures chiko work. A production manager aboneta kwegwebe sabwate million ye oyo nere go work ne service provider a tent 450,000 a generator niga blah 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 blah. That did not happen. Victor decided wokora payments himself against lichi kona structures cheito, and this is where the problem began. How? Keromono togo kora chisabu, my brother manze ido ilienda wapi? Hii hesabu i make sense. Hii hesabu i make sense. Ndoseli iga karatiga nebire. After a day or two, hesabu nkwanya olete bono karatiga shu back and forth. Finally comes up ne hesabu. I tell him, my brother aiga kwangainire. Why? Suddenly, I'm being told influencers mbale hired. Influencers are hired. They are being paid. I don't have a problem with that. At what point as a co-director am I being given the information? Because now payment is involved. I tell him, my brother, no. I had to call him out. Asebaliwa mu manyete. Shoo! Bonaye, inkieke, what are you doing? Torochi, you are not appreciating effort. Nareti rabanto, inche na icho letie show nchebweka. Nkomo teitulia. It's not about ogo icholia. Ntuacha akomo kutano tuate banyasa atogiwe. Tu Victor nguatema. Tende nkwale gotiga tokore chisabu. Kono tora se chisabu. Let's address the issue. Aiga se chisabu, ndugu yangu umenichanganya. Mbeke boronge. Ya tiga tokore iga. Ya tiga tokore. Ya tiganye kore style yane chisabu ngocha chile chiamina. If you've ever been in a partnership, kero monta affiliate, their style is what is right. I'm like always again, korani style yao. Akore style yaye ngundue anko toira nega iga bado hapa I'm not satisfied. Totale kwa nyore statement kurua se bank. Sawa maambia or whichever date it was postponed to a later date. Because now things were not adding up and clearly it's from him ochaka na inde kuwaka na service providers, which is not bad. But you are doing it no montonaro bete employed obwende te kokolega si wone rene roko beke kona alia no ire kiranya kwa mote nga counter every single cent did not happen. So then what happens? Inchuo mambi tigabono nayo le Kenya nayo Quran nchena gutigireta chisigine cha chechi bank chi milioni kichirororo bona irende anko control statement inja achete na kwanete no moise ko libwe bank moise ke bwe bank agante anko no, we said let statement amasakara toete nae one by one. And si ati naifanya kwa ubaya, si ati nimekushuku ayenge statement nganchene statement yokonga. Because why are you calling omuntu huye bank yet you can get a statement? Naye nyeligie, naye nyonyore. E password yanko timbo ati bintu bya ya naye nyeligie. Dioli nchuna yokole show and all those whatevers. These things are in texts na chibuate unless you delete it bada yoko block and whatever. Omwana ominta agakora gento kie akeminchero kere mincha ekabanga na motebiri ya bogonte ingankwa ya influencers or they had big numbers or they na video nere yabwate 1.1 million abantu nabagere tabantu bagachesho. I don't have a problem with that. I'm talking about protocol and even for future go ikatotwa kero montare ndo bisi yae. And these things are in text, by the way. Aso yo jitaete na bonko ba. Anyway, that aside, what happens next? Oyokwe mincha ke mincha baada yoko mo call out agante inaira na Kenya kama ete bia tinko iran na mbono na achire. Anyway, that aside, abantu ba ke mincha bagakirerana. Kera abantu be mincha bagakirerana, me I had to tell him nche onago taikorwa senkoro yane aiga tinda isane kanisa abwe and wocha konte bibono go justify bone yengo go fix egere sabwe ingiana se sabwe na leko kubolinga this 122k. How comes it's not making sense and what not? Anyway, abantu baada yoko kirerana Osoro asende, I'm like something was not making sense. A statement yelia ebe ingina ki statement inaki ngo type stand big ngo nyora kumbe na bwate password 70 simi ngo beke password yeso yo pap ya soire une password ya so aiga statement yetanga ni narolire ebe sa ya ruseti gwigoro inkiebe se ko ruseli gwigoro event to akole teliri kale suppliers kitoko kwana chisabu. All the supplier service providers had been paid. All the service providers had been paid. Why is 180,000 withdrawn and I think 30,000? It is good money had been withdrawn. For me, this is suspicious. Si mitindi komo nyora. What do I do? Ebangi, ebenki, ekeneke kiabeire tole equal directors na kimogo nkonya timbu atikobua onde are. Na kiwata kanko motene niyo mumuro yuta arusi na inde kende gako rusi chialire. Ebenki konte bi say no more toeke bande kiao email lika igana. In fact, they are the ones who guided me. Lika igana na bokwa request iga sawa. That's what they did. So keroba akora igo, what next? Omumurani ekora kananga na bachiete na inde na achiete kobucha. Keraenda kobuchibucha ogote nganko stop. Tigarabu. Come on, watcha. So karate biung.
En serious, tú tengas que conocer.
Wano kama tanga.
No, serious, Osoro.
abazanga zazingine nkwenyorore nga mwenda sake gentongera akolete kwate anga ochikale. So
Kenya Prince ngonya kutuma request mutako mokonya.
Wana mutara mutinda.
Moderators. No, let's do this. Antivirus.
Mutara mobeka because ngota mane ga kini kwate classes. Ni mwate classes ngoli kabinyoke.
Toto yaresi ebya abantu yonda toto ebya abantu igasi na ba kuri kansa Kenyan Prince. Ika abantu. Endo dabya abantu mangana to solve na mangana yo Osoro ntoro solve mangana kule ndio yakora kanite bono iga. But ntoro go solve you are not solving ye kule yakora kanite mo isonde. Aso wa.
Isho kwanza ngoja ndo isho.
We are not there. Yes,
inche ko baigorereke butegi esho. Inche ko baigorereke butegi esho for now tigambalete gucha. So ebengie gateba lende anko ogwakwa karua omumura gateba yaya kebengi data tiga anko romo. Anyway, that was it. Kero tuakora igo, kerebe ngi akora igo, akajitetea kukwanangana ki, ya, teli igo, and whatever. Apparently, according to Richi Koliechi Bengi and registered limited companies and whatever, keromore, 2 partners, account te gote nenigwa, unless 1, through a court order, 2, a board. Ntobuate a board anko, papa virus, na kino roja ni mbuate a board te iyo, yenteke togo ke suguma kienyechi, anko buate ra, obotaka na butogo seria, board ntobuati okote bigunga enibo eye kende ayegendrane account. Okay, so now what happens? Omomuro tigalire ne account na tigalire clue aliyese na kairetenga nimbo atembi bono na inche bono mote kama ninchua tokwane anko jibu mashtaka omincho iri. So kera mincho iri, what next? Omomuro akamanya kubuata akaenda kando ase company ende agasaria abutinta etiko abu monga ncherenge tigera abuo so far mpaka agabuo. But what happens is Victor nabaga nyanga, I will sue him. Oboloyo oboko beka chisuti chiarabukire chingochiro cha jivanji bakomote inga igore company engao mbamote binga toko igore yo tarasiekeye na indokole biasara byoko rival eye badere erororo and many other critical whatevers chia mangana sheria. Kumbe mbachi akabomwa akasakomo kutano taraera tachi gukore meeting bamote inga oge aigana iga konya akaigore company MKISII First akanyementa limited inyora originally it's MKISII ni MKISII, that is the name unora nyoro montako eroka ekebengi a company go grow cha kechi show go entertainment label and whatever nyiroke ekebengi limited, but to konya gota denga nche ngoro ekebengi limited. Now that's on documentation. So there is MKISII ni MKISII limited, now a registered company, but the brand name is MKISII ni MKISII. MKISII ni MKISII starts doing comedy plays ensache nkungu enseye nensensi echaya molero and many others, keitata papa virus unajua, those things you guys came and you enjoyed. So kerotuarua it morphed into festivals. KISII Festival kero monto na indo nyoiri ebe chikirabu tawara chikirabu kawangwale hanko na inde ntogo chenchi elieteli because kero monto buna togo chenchi bato bwati MKISII Fest ligacha likabali gakonga. So MKISII Fest is a name morphed from the event we were doing ekabuata. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 and now 5. Kerego korukere 5. Echi 1, 2, 3 ne chiabongo. Ngane chia MKISII ni MKISII. Ya 5 ne angolende. Teli ya MKISII ni MKISII. So and many other things. Ama swali nkwebolia. Ebibyonsi anko mumanye buna nyasaye tanya kolingenda esane. Gako register chisimi ingwa kinate ebigo mumuromi no nalenga okolireke inkira. Eke gyakolirwe inkira. So for those who know me, tindi mwango sijigambi hata ikwe chungu aje tindi mwango. I kept quiet nkaligerelia. On the side, what did I do? nkaligia bagayani ngatebatiganye kei inchendale. It's a losing battle. Ligia bagayani bro inkibono tukubuna tutare gokea bono iga. It's been 3 months, it's been 2 months nebe bolingo bwata asira kerali tuko all this time tutare wisara tomanye pakandi gete message and I'll look for it. Tumera ne wiki lika kerege ntase na kogosera na inchendi kase kwangosera tukwane to kwa roho twaberane. I have the screenshots. Umumurate wete ankontori gokwana tochi motwe inchenta itabono Korani yegenteke. You abandoned MKISII inche na abere kingo sugume yegenteke blah 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 blah. So finally okobtaba kolikuwa nororo ne shogo chora oproviringa egenteke kumbe ninche bagocha igoro yane. Bwana esho eye ninche bwana ninche kieni yesho anko wachire ngumbu isanika na ichi cha ngumbu na inche tigambu chechi cha gaiga. It was never the case. Omwana ominto gitogo togo tebani kwa area airport otua tebane tiga togo sabanyasaye tuatamaniri sana ngumbu yangire nyasao igoire mirango genda rosia bono ntoliko chigotege broker Osoro genda rosia this year next year, because now that was 2025, we are going to celebrate 10 years in the industry. We are going to do a show in America in Jesus name. Toga teba amina kumba amina nincha ntebete ereta tebeti kumbe era manyetenga on kembiri. So now that was the agenda yogo chakwanega iga nana ki tigabono toigore inkiga kitotarakora Kenya. We've done everything. Numbers kitotaranyora tuakolire tuare paka tuaikira sebono babo iyani. We bring them iyani agocha asama sikani ane na sitaki kujigamba iyani bro a phone call away. I was in the trend na roseti abasani and I converted it to MKISII and this is why asebali no nyeba ariko bolinga esho yo mugusinki okolete umonto even na hivi iyani has a winning formula makubamba tabu ati na achia kumebunago kuma iyani ase bien yare no are nyore naikera bien naikerere yani oyunaga bien kandi naikera omusani yabo paro na bata nyore libaga lyoko ikera yani asobogi mugo lakini nyore bago chiko share the same backstage na obara change no enechi number. That's the connection era change obogi mabuae. I brought yani hat the band aba muraba minto. I made that call. Obago teba any day anytime otagete bro we will come for you. They have come for the show more, I don't know how many times. Less wanyika I make that call, they come na sijigambi pora so liora rolenga nimejigamba. But we did all, everybody had an input. I'm not saying this komanishanga Victor Tabu at the input. He also has an input and it's for him now whatever input yae. But we were a team. Everybody in their strength and weaknesses, we always conquered. Chise gitu akirune chinyinge paka baona iga bago sekambare bago sekama etinga bago sekana inche baga nyete yane baono baseke bakuma me bono sasa ikue ni bas bono tumalize, but it's life. So event ye kero Victor bona chi aka change lieta and everything. I'm aware, I'm fully aware, I'm following on the side na ligirie mara musani lawyer yae gakikwanero mu muroyo MKISII such a big brand tutaumiza watu roto wotebanga kimeumana inche na ekairie muri atebetenga muboli ni chechire esaire ngata ete mwakane I buy him out anko ngakane you buy me out inkieke exactly tokobuna. It never made sense. It has never made sense. Story ndaba ebone tamu CNN nene moja ne bikombe bike bona asa chiete gosali zaidi bakabwaterana naba murabande bono bankenyete ninsende onde ICU bankenyete proper. So I don't have access because alikera chiete akanyorange bengi bamote ebiri karuangwa kule akaminyoka bono agaswa social media akandusiororo agachenchi password akandusiororo agachenchi password. I didn't know inyora mugaso aiga andaire aiga kerombogete oyunda araire. So I didn't know until coincidentally late in the night or something mbwate simi ndore some funny prompts changing of password Instagram. We'd never talked na Victor, but tunanyang'anywa account because scams echi aba squeeze account inakuanga hacked and etc what not. Aiganko urutore account nonye nyarebe ntuli gukwana bono mete enyomba nko yere guika nonye musacha no mukungu mbabwate morembe bona iga tuguika tukwanerane gusomoge ninyoro chire guika to pretend ebintu byabere to muisabi aragere bla 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 gosoka na inde turuane. So I go back to Victor. Bro, umeona kitu inafanyika Instagram? Ama ni wewe una change password ogo blue tick. 1 hour, 2 hours later no muchingande ndina ni hit. Ujamaa ndiye ana change passwords. Nko minyoka bono Instagram ngoteba karati ga block kwanza egereta nyore access area because we were doing joint abwate ayae na nje yane MKISII we all have access. Same thing na Facebook. Ngoteba nyore ni Instagram muina rende Facebook muina rali. Ngosoro ase na rugo cha WhatsApp yako achi account chiao. Anko nkamita ndoche kwani page kie kwani kieke tikabononye search manual igoraria endetera ebintu byechiga seti ne chisho chinkuru nkomanya komanyanga
mutirira na ndoko igwete
atukusikii nani umepigiwa simu atukusikii
ngobia yero tubono ndoko igwete
atukusikii
kagenda kwa minute si moderator ama sikani nege dokia maana sana
Victor mute yako kana yako.
Sorry?
Okay, you okay now?
wakwanire ero chakira gari ase ukamita Facebook
gakinkanyeligia ekambora ngacha komanyanga kumbe na rusi kumbe talimbo yabe kumulero baganya yaba red bamanya kujitumira kotalimangana. I accepted kidogo kidogo bono metare gonja waters achenchi akabicha achenchi sijui nini ngora anyoro ndeta yogo kwana ngora agasoa bona abegete bicha yae no muganda onyasaye maega yae buna nere. It's still fine. I never talked. Sebali bakagerete nga niko na rombaya na yeye. I didn't want to gosalio moyegoe. I knew tolio MKISII ni MKISII. Nche nata eteko tebia bantu ngana ki 1 I'm not okay. Egento na akole irwe. 2 esho mwachi etenyore mwakagerete ne MKISII. Teli ya MKISII. 4 ne lingana ki nindigetio morembe nkaligia bantu batogayane. It never worked. I did everything I could. Nyasaye oyo ono balimo goge chambua moge chambue.